Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to the COVID recovery program. For those that are new, I am Margarita Bennett. I'm a clinical massage therapist and a rehabilitational specialist. Right now, we're going to start by just doing a few movements, and then I'm going to do some myofascial release, which is basically releasing the connective tissue, and then we're going to see how we go. All right. So if you are lying on the floor or if you're lying in bed, these exercises can be done either on the floor or in your bed, okay? So I'm just gonna go over here. Hopefully you can see me okay from that distance. I'm sorry if it's a bit dark. I've moved the computer to see the best position, and unfortunately this was it. So I want your feet to be in a long position. If you are in bed, have a back rest if it's possible. And if you find that your hip flexors are really, really tight, then grab a couple of cushions. I've got yoga blocks, but you can grab a couple of cushions just to sit so that it doesn't grip as you are lengthening your legs. Literally, sofa cushions or pillows would do, okay? So that is so that there's no gripping in the actual hip flexors. So I want you to focus on the breath. You're going to sit on your sitting bones. Imagine that you're in your bed, or you can do this on the floor. And we're just going to inhale to begin with and exhale. As you exhale, I want you to try and reach forwards. And then we're going to do that again. And exhale. Now, if you want to make a noise, that actual vibration helps the vagus nerve. So you can either hum or you can sing. I know that Judah is doing loads of lovely singing classes. So that can, you know, if you're already using your vocal cords, not to be a musician, but just to basically activate. I'm going to show you the side view. Okay, so we're going to inhale. Exhale. Now visualize the whole spine literally articulating. So you're coming up, you're restacking everything, you're reaching the arms out. As you reach the arms out, I want you to think that you're really opening up the sternum, which is your breastbone, and your chest. So open up and reach up. And up and over. And then release everything down, relax the whole body, and then you're going to restack. Rather than lifting from the shoulders, which is going to impact your lower back, I want you to think that you are coming from the base of your spine. So you're literally lengthening from the base of your spine. Imagine that you're slowly placing your spine along a wall, and you're slowly restacking up. So that's the motion. Inhale as you come up, reach the arms, and exhale. And again. Last one. And back up. Beautiful. So it's a really nice articulation of the spine. Now I want you to grab your leg. It depends on how flexible you are, okay? So this isn't a competition of whether we can get our leg behind our head, okay? I just want you to hold the knee and hold the foot and just give yourself a nice rock, okay? So as you are rocking, visualize what's happening to the actual hip bone. So you have the massive femur that sits inside the hip. And as you're moving, you're going to be feeling potentially quite tight, okay? Breathe. So you can either move quickly or move it slowly. If you want to move it slowly, or if it's too hard to hold the leg up for that long because your arms are weak, Just place your knee inside your elbow and cradle it just ever so slightly. So I want you to breathe in one direction and exhale. Breathe and exhale. Last one. Beautiful. And now if you're able to, release the foot over the leg, making sure that the ankle, the foot is not tilting upwards. Okay, so it's not like that. The ankle is across and you're literally feeling the whole ankle above your knee if you're able to. If you're not able to, then put it below your knee, but don't put it on your knee. And then I want you to try and sit up straight. You're holding on to your knee and you're holding on to your foot. You're sitting up straight and then you're going to come up and over. And then inhale up and down. So we're keeping that articulation and that movement of the spine. I want you to feel that you're literally swaying the spine as if you're a snake, so that we really start manipulating the whole central nervous system that's inside your spine. So and again. Now, when you come forward, you might find that there is gripping in the actual hip. If it feels nice, then just stay there for a breath or two. And then exhale, release. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And lift up. Now I want you to hold on to the knee and try and put your fingers through your toes. So some of you might have difficulty. I know that some people have very, very tiny toes, so it's difficult to kind of put your fingers around it. But you know, if you can't, just grip your toes around. But if you can separate them, that would be great. And then just move your ankle in a circular motion in one way and a circular motion the other. Okay, so that we can bring some circulation. I know many of you have very cold extremities, so this will help with the circulation. And the breath helps not only with your lungs, but it helps move the fascia, which is the connective tissue, which is where all the nerves of your body finish. Okay, and then on top of that, it also helps because you're focusing on your body and you're focusing on your healing. So we've done that a few times, and then release the leg, let it drop, lift the other one up, and let's bring some mobility and movement into that hip. For example, my hip on this side is very, very stuck, it's very tight. So I'm just gonna rock side to side. I'd like to do it fast, but if you need to do it slowly, then just do it at your own pace. Remember to breathe. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and then place the foot along just above the knee if you're able to, making sure that the ankle is nice and held, you're not twisting your foot. You can have your hand on your foot and you're going to inhale and exhale forwards. You can grasp your knee to bring you forwards a little bit more if you need to. And exhale, come up. And back up. 2 more. And back up. And feel your body, feel where else there is tension. And back up. Beautiful. Now grab hold of your toes or your foot. You can either leave the foot there and just do circular motions, or you can lift it up and do circular motions. Let's just bring some mobility into the ankle, especially if many of you have been stuck in your bed, not moving much. We need to move all of the different joints. So in both directions. Beautiful. Okay, now release the legs down. I want you to place your hands towards the back of you. You can either have them wide or close together. It's completely up to you. Relax the shoulders, relax the upper body. I want you to bring the leg in, send the leg out or the knee out, and then lengthen again. So we're going to do this with breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale. Lengthen. Inhale. Exhale. There should be no tension anywhere else. It's a slow movement. You're just mobilizing the lower part of your body and your hip. Inhale. Exhale. Release. Let's do the other side. So lift. Exhale. And inhale. Release the shoulder to the side and exhale. As you can see, I can release my knee out quite a lot, okay? You don't have to, if you can't go as far as that, don't worry. Go as far as your body allows you. This should be nice. This shouldn't be tension, okay? And if you're starting to feel tired, then lessen the repetitions. One more. And release. Beautiful. Now we're going to lie down for a sec. And as we lie down, I want you to just feel the mat or the bed underneath you, holding you. And exhale. Feel as you breathe. You're breathing in. You're breathing out. You can close your eyes and just listen to my voice if it's easier. You don't need to constantly keep looking at the screen. And I want you to just take a few breaths and really scan your body. Scan what's happening, what's being held. Is your head being held? Do you find that your shoulders are up by your ears? If they are, try and release them down. And as you breathe, I want you to now inhale the arms up to the ceiling and then send them towards the back of your head. So you're going to send them towards your ears and really reach up and over your head. As you're reaching, you're making sure that the shoulders are away from your ears, but your arms are really trying to reach as far as possible. And then exhale down. Now the intention is that you're going to feel it inside the ribs, okay? I want you to feel it in your armpit area. I want you to feel it in the whole side of your body. So inhale the arms up. Exhale them all the way down by your ears. And then once they're there, take another breath in. And then exhale. As you exhale them, send the fingertips away from you. So send the fingertips away from your head. Relax your shoulders. And really feel the stretch. Imagine that you are about to touch a wall and you're really trying. You're so close, but you're just a few centimeters away. And then inhale. And exhale. Give me 2 more. Exhale. Inhale there. Really send the scapulas, which are your shoulder blades, around your ribs. So imagine that the scapulas are literally, rather than going up towards your ears, they want to go around the side of your body, round your ribs. And then exhale them down. As you slide the scapulas, which are your shoulder blades, you can slide them down, even though you are lying on them, as you bring the arms down. Last one. Inhale there. Really send the breath all the way to the top of your ribs, not just your tummy, all the way to the top of your ribs. And then exhale. Now I want you to think of snow angels. I'm sure you've probably done those as a child. So I want you to glide your hands round the side of your body. And as you glide them, your thumbs are going to be touching the bed or the floor. And as you do that, you're going to feel the stretch all over your arm. Okay, so let's start again. We're starting at the bottom, the pinky, the little fingers touching the floor. And then as you're gliding up, you start rotating the hand so that it goes to your thumbs. Once it goes to your thumbs, you're going all the way up to the top, and you're going to clasp your hands together. Inhale there, really reach, pull the hands apart even though they're holding together. And then exhale them back down. They're currently touching the thumbs on the floor. And then slowly they touch the little finger and they come to your thighs. So it's a whole rotation of the arm, okay? So inhale. Exhale, rotate the thumbs over. Keep bringing it all the way up, all the way, all the way, all the way. Interlace your fingers. And then inhale as you interlace your fingers. Reach, imagine that you're shooting through the air. And as you exhale, you're still shooting through the air. Feel that stretch on the sides of your body. You're trying to open up your hands, but you can't because they're clasped together, and then you let go. So we're only going to do one more. So thumbs rotate. Chin comes down a little bit. Come all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. Clasp your hands together. Inhale. And exhale, send your hands forwards, really reach and imagine that you're trying to open them, but you can't. Exhale, exhale, empty everything. And then inhale. And then let go. And then just stay. Just feel all the blood vessels going through your body. Feel all that energy going through your hands. Take a few breaths. Slow it down. It's really important when you're exercising, guys, that you slow your heart rate down. If you're doing the exercises, that's great, but we don't want to overproduce the histamine. And by moving very, very quickly and increasing our heart rate, we're going to potentially produce a little bit too much histamine. So be mindful to just do a few and then just slow down. Just lie down and take a few breaths so that we rebalance that heart rate. We rebalance the whole central nervous system. Okay, so now If you feel comfortable and you're able to continue, I want you to lift one leg off the ground. And I want you to place it on the ceiling. So imagine that you are placing your whole foot on the ceiling. If you can't straighten your leg to the extent that I can, don't stress about it. If you're basically bent and you can only place your foot on the wall, then place your foot on the wall. And then I want you to just move. So you're going to inhale, exhale, lengthen, and inhale, return. As you lengthen, I want you to dorsiflex the toes. So make sure that the toes are facing you. And then release the toes and bring the knee back in. If you want to have your hands on your leg for more control, do so. So you're going to inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale. Dorsiflex the toes. That's what's going to feel the stretch in the back of your leg. And then let it go. And then release the leg down. And again, we lift up. You may have your hands on the back of your knee. And inhale as you lengthen the foot. Exhale as you bring the knee into your chest. Feel the ribs moving. Inhale. So I'm going to put my hands around my knee, my ribs, so you can see what I'm talking about. If you need to continue having your hands on your leg, by all means do. So what I want you to do is you're going to inhale the leg out and exhale the leg in. As you exhale the leg in, your whole rib cage should be getting a little bit smaller. So inhale. Exhale. Many of us only breathe from the tummy or just to survive. We don't fill in the whole air tank, okay? So let's fill it all in. Exhale. And release. And then the last movement that we're going to do, which is a really lovely movement. Have your legs, have your feet kind of right in line with your sitting bones. Have your arms to the sides. And imagine that you are windscreen wipers, okay? So you're going to go inhale, exhale the legs to one side. As you exhale the legs to one side, make sure that both your shoulders stay on the floor. Inhale there. Exhale the legs back up. Inhale. Exhale the legs to the other side. Inhale there. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So as this continues, when you do this yourself, it's a really lovely, lovely movement. I want you to have the intention that you're sending the top knee away. So as you're sending the top knee away, it's really giving you a beautiful stretch in the side of your body. Inhale. And exhale. And last one. Exhale. And then again, close your eyes for a few breaths and feel how your body feels. If you find that you're gripping your hip flexors because you have your knees up, turn your heels out, and that will hold your legs up without you gripping your hip flexors. And just feel the small of your back sinking into the floor. Feel the back of your lungs touching the floor, or if you're lying on a bed, touching the bed. Feel your whole body being held as you breathe. You breathe in all the way to the top of your head. And you breathe out and you empty all of the lungs. Breathe in. And breathe out. Beautiful. Now, I think that's enough movement for today, because we have to be mindful not to completely exhaust you. But what I want to do now is I want to show you a few techniques to massage your arms and massage, if we have time, massage your legs, okay? I'm just going to get my block so I can sit up and you can see me a bit better. Now, if you have a pillow next to you, put it on your knees and lift your sleeves up. Okay, I'm just going to check that you guys, if you have any questions, let me just double check, because I haven't seen. Okay, so we've got shoulder problems. Right. Sore one, okay. Stiff neck. Rachel, with the stiff neck, there's another video in, I think, last week's video, where I did a whole load of massage for your neck. So if you want to follow that, by all means, give it a go. That should help. So shoulder. Thank you, Helena. I'm really glad that you're enjoying it. Okay, so to begin with, Andrea, we're going to do the hands and the arms, because I know that many of you keep saying that your hands are really hurting. Okay, so the likelihood is that your hands are hurting for various reasons. The hands and the legs are the furthest point of your body, obviously, so for the blood and the fascia to keep mobilized in your body, it's the furthest extremity. So that's part of the reason why your hands are also very, very cold. So if we're able to move them and massage them, that will help a lot. The other thing is that, I don't know if you know much about reflexology. We've done an interview with Wendy Watson about reflexology. And she talks about basically the mapping of your hands and your feet represent your organs and your body. So if there are certain areas in your hands that are hurting, it'd be really interesting for you to have a look at the map. There is a map on the Facebook page that you can search for. So within that, you will see which organs are the ones that are really, really hurting. Now, I know many of you are in a lot of pain, and I need you to think, don't be frightened of your pain. Okay, it's really important. I need you to grab it and embrace it and be thankful for it. I know it sounds a bit extreme, but if you grab it and you feel the pain, it will release. Okay, this is what I find in clinic when I'm dealing with trigger point therapy. I find the triggers and we release the triggers through breath. Now, I want you to think of a pain line 0 to 10. I never want you to get to a 10. If you get to a 10, your parasympathetic nervous system is going to kick in, as in the fight, flight, and freeze response is going to kick in, which is what we're definitely trying to avoid. So when we're doing trigger point therapy, when we're doing any hands-on treatment together, I need you to think, 0 to 10, I need you to stay at a 5, 6. Okay, that's going to basically, so that you can breathe through it. It's kind of, as I say to my clients when they're on the couch, if you're finding that you're gripping your butt cheeks, gripping your knees, or gripping your shoulders or your arms inwards, you've gone too far. Okay, so I want you to breathe through it. If you can breathe and let go of that sudden grip, then that's the number that you need to stay at. Okay, so you can do this with a little bit of wax. I'm not going to use anything today because fascia tends to be easier to move without too much oil. Okay, so let's just put your arm on your cushion or your pillow, and the other arm is going to go in the ridge of the elbow, like so. And this will be really nice. I just want you to press down with a little bit of gravity. I'm not jamming it down, just a little bit of pressure. And then I'm going to breathe. And then as I exhale, I'm going to glide without forcing it. So I'm not doing that. I'm going to have a really soft wrist of the upper arm, and I'm going to glide it along all the way to my ribs, to my wrist, and then release. Let me see if I can show you the side view. It might be easier this way. So I'm gliding it all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way. And then once I hit that little curve, I let it go. Now I can either go to the edge of the upper bit of my arm, all the way, and then actually go into my hand and let it go. Or I can go to the edge with my elbow. So very gently with my elbow, I follow the edge of my arm on the inside. And then once I've done a few strokes like this, you can see, can you see, I mean, I know we've all gained weight during this lockdown, but can you see how everything's buckling up here a little bit? Now that is my fascia, okay? I'm going deeper than just my muscle. And I'm going deeper than just the adipose tissue, which is basically the fatty tissue. So all the way and then release. Then I'm going to turn my hand over and I'm going to do the same thing. Now, for me, turning my hand over, I feel a few triggers there. Triggers meaning it's a little bit ouchy, okay? So if you find that you've got a few triggers, I need you to stay on them. Okay, let me just see. I'm sorry. I'm trying to deal with two screens and I need to see. Dawn, can you say that again? Because I couldn't understand. Sorry, typos very tight. What do you mean typos? So I want you to place right on the ridge of your elbow and you're going along. For example, for me, right there, I've got a trigger, just there, trigger point. So I'm going to relax my shoulders. I'm going to breathe. And I'm going to hold it until it changes. And then I'm going to glide. Once it changes, the change might go up, might go down, might get hard, might get hot. And then I go all the way beyond my wrist, all the way to my fingers and down. That feels really nice. So I'm going to do that again. So all the way. See, there's no effort, there's no pushing. Now again, now I've just found another trigger for me on the wrist. If you found a trigger somewhere else, just stay with it. Just find it, release by just pressing on it, breathing through it. And as soon as it changes, then move on. Beautiful. Now, I want you to hold on to your wrist like so. And then I want you to place your thumb as if you're creating a little a bracelet with your thumb and middle finger, okay? So all I want you to do is you're just very gently holding on to your wrist. You're going to relax your shoulder, both of them, and then you're going to bend your hand down. So I'm basically locking it with my thumb, and I'm going to bend my hand down. It's going to feel a little bit of like a Chinese burn. That's the fascia moving, okay? I'm not moving anything. My thumb's still there. All I'm moving is my hand. And then letting it go. And then again. And then letting it go. And then I'm going to go back because my thumb moved by itself, okay? So right on the edge of you have lots and lots of little bones just here. So I want the thumb to be just on the edge there. And you're just going to fold your hand down very gently. Don't force it. You'll feel everything stretching out. There. And then I want you to do the same again the other way. So your thumb is on the edge of the wrist. This is where the carpal tunnel syndrome tends to appear. Just here, this is when you get operated. This is where they go into. So let's go just there. Your palm is flat. Your thumb is in there. And you're just going to release the arm backwards. So I've got really flexy fingers, okay, guys? So just send the arm back. Beautiful. Now, I want you to clasp the edge of this bone here. You've got two of them, this bone here. Just give it a quick, gentle squeeze, really gentle. So you will feel that as you walk your fingers through here, there's kind of a gap. That's because there are two bones there. So I want you to literally feel that you're trying to very gently separate the two to bring some kind of oxygen to the area. All the way down to your elbow and then all the way back up. Beautiful. And then with our hands, we're going to basically imagine that we're going to draw lines from the center of our hand all the way along through all the way to the fingers, okay, with our thumb. So very gently, you can start on any direction. Again, if you feel pain, find it. Remember the trigger point therapy. You don't want to go beyond a 5-6. But don't be frightened. Don't be frightened of your body. Your body is magnificent. And keep going. Emily, I'm glad that you want to do this. I'm going to try and put this today on the YouTube channel. But by all means, try and find it through the Facebook page. So I want you to go all the way to the joint area, okay? So I want you to squeeze the joint. Imagine that you are thinking of toothpaste. And then I want you to go all the way to the finger and squeeze the toothpaste down. Squeeze that toothpaste down. And all the fingers. And then with the thumb, go all the way along the ridge, like so. Beautiful. We're going to do the other side because otherwise I'm going to leave you wonky, okay? So place your hand on your pillow. Place your other arm along the ridge of your elbow drop the hand. So if your hand is stiff, you're going to have too much pressure and it's going to hurt. So drop the hand, let it go, okay? Remember Madonna, 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 that movie, okay? So, isn't it Birdcage? I think it was Birdcage. So I want you to put it in there, and it was with Robbie Williams. Glide along and release. And you're going to glide along the edge. So when we're going along this edge, it feels really nice if you go towards the elbow. And then we're going to glide along the side. The lovely thing about this is that you can't get it wrong. Okay, so it feels nice, do it. If it doesn't feel nice, don't do it. Okay, go all the way to your hand and release. All the way to your hand and release. And then I want you to go to the other side. Now, as I continue to go all the way to my hand, I want to explain when it comes to your magnificent vessel that you carry every day, and that we know not much about unless you study it. We know more about our cars than we know about our bodies. So I want you to know that the pains that you're feeling, you can literally work through them, okay? So if, for example, you have pain, continue doing your arm, okay? But if, let's say, you have pain in your shoulder, if the pain is, let's say, in here, and you're thinking, oh, that really hurts, and I can't move my shoulder, then place your hand there. Place your hand there and just work through it. You don't need to be hard. You don't need to beat it up. You know, your body needs, it's like a little baby. It needs a little bit of love at the moment. So just potentially just grab a little bit. And then if you find, actually, I've got a trigger point just there, that really hurts, then just very gently place your fingers on that spot and breathe. The breath is magic. The breath is life. So just until it changes. So think of trigger point therapy. That's how it works. That's as simple as, that's how it works. It's magic, but it's very simple magic. You press it. You try not to grip anything. You hold it until it changes. Once it changes, find a different position. You might think, actually, I can go a little bit deeper, then go a little bit deeper. As long as you're not going, you know, there's a limit. Now, let's do the wrist. Place your thumb on the outer bit towards your hand. So it's more towards your hand than your wrist, like so. And then you want to send the hand all the way down. For example, for me, can you see that that's not moving? That's not moving because this is my leading hand. This is the hand that I use predominantly to work. So my fascia is very stuck. Can you see that that's not moving in comparison to the other? Now I'm not going to force it. So I'm just going to stay here and I'm going to breathe. And then you'll feel, as you breathe, you'll feel it giving. There we go. It's starting to give. And that feels really Chinese burning, like really Chinese burning. And that's okay, because I can breathe through it. There we go. Gosh, what a difference between my hands. I didn't even notice how different they are. And then release. And then let's go back again. And you'll see that when you have something that's really, really stuck, the second or third time that you go, it kind of glides a little bit easier. It's kind of like it has memory, or you've moved the blockage. Okay, can you see? Look at that. That's a lot better. This is still a bit sore, but it's a lot better. See, it doesn't kind of suddenly stop me from moving. That one does, but it doesn't fully stop me from moving. Beautiful. Now let's massage the hand. Drawing the little lines all the way to the joints. All the way, all the way. You can hear that this hand's quite tight. You can, don't know if you can hear it in the microphone, but I can hear my skin going. If it's too stuck, then a little bit of Nivea cream. It doesn't have to, a water-based cream is brilliant to work with fascia. It's better than oil. Oil gives you too much slide, whereas water-based creams are a lot easier, okay? And then we're gonna squeeze those toothpaste tubes out. There we go. A little bit more. And a little bit more, all the way. And then release. And then we're gonna do the squeezing off in between the bones, okay? This one, I do the other side because obviously I can't, it's different. So I want you to place your fingers on the ridge of the side, the squidgy part of your hand, and imagine that you're trying to separate the bones. You can either do it with a stiff hand or you can just drop the hand. If you drop it, it gives you a little bit more give. If you have a stiff hand, it's a little bit harder to get into that area. And a lot of you, I have no doubt, will have loads of trigger points in here, guys. So if you're finding that you've got triggers, place your hand on the cushion and just literally pinch, hold, and breathe. And again, pinch, hold, and breathe. Beautiful. Great. And then let's just move those wrists in different directions. Now I want to